God, welcome to the Kirsten Mark YouTube channel, and today we're here with a salmon that smells like shit, some olive oil, a food scale, a bagel, some light cream cheese, my favorite seasoning, and we're gonna make one of my favorite things to eat for breakfast. Cool? Today's episode, you guys, we're also gonna be talking about why fad diets suck a big dick, but I'm gonna talk to you guys about the benefits of a balanced diet. All right, so people have this idea around carbs, that carbs are like the enemy, carbs are gonna make me fat, I can't eat carbs. One, there's different types of carbs, and there's certain carbs that, yeah, of course, like with any carb that you eat, you guys, whether it's like a vegetable or it's bread or it's pasta, you wanna make sure that you're eating things in the proper portion sizes. So for these bagels, I definitely would not have more than one of these a day, but one a day is not gonna do anything negative to my body, as well as I can fit this into my macros for the day. But with carbohydrates, there's simple carbs and there's complex carbs. So we wanna focus more on complex carbs. They're higher in fiber, slower digesting, and essentially they're gonna keep us more full. Simple carbs are going to be things like chewy candies, sodas, little cookies, those things. And those are things, again, that I'm not gonna say don't eat them, but you definitely wanna make sure you're super mindful. So I think that because like carbohydrates, it has such like a wide variety of foods, people think like, like pasta is bad and carbs are bad, but like a lot of people don't know, like your vegetables are also carbs, like whole grains also carbs, quinoa also carbs. Like there's some really, really good carbs that are gonna help keep you full longer, which if we actually dive into like what a deficit is, you really wanna focus on foods that are gonna keep you full longer when you're in a deficit, because even when I'm losing weight, so like for example, right now I'm losing about a pound a week, I'm never hungry, like I'm never starving. And I think that's another thing that females specifically tend to think, that if we are not starving, then we're not gonna lose weight. But when you eat in a deficit, you don't have to eat in such a severe deficit that you're just like, oh my God, like I'm so fucking hungry. And then focusing on those complex carbs, the ones that are slower digesting, is gonna help you keep you full longer. For people that are doing keto and it works for them, I don't wanna like rain on your parade, but I have seen a lot of times where people will just eliminate carbs for the reason of they saw an ad that said carbs make them fat, and now they have it in their head that all carbs are bad, so they go on this keto diet, and then all of a sudden they find it unsustainable, so then they decide that they're gonna eat carbs again. They don't properly reintroduce carbs into their diet, and so their body's like, what the fuck are you doing? And they're so bloated, they feel so lethargic, so tired, and they end up putting on all the weight plus more. And that's like an actual story. That's not like me just telling you like, once upon a time, that's like, I know a lady that did that exact thing that I just talked about. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is how terrified I used to be of going to family dinners. So like I literally would sometimes pack prepped meals, which honestly, I feel like we almost have like a fear of food. And so we think that if we go to this one family dinner and we have a piece of cake, that we've completely ruined all of our progress that we've made over the last however long it's been. And that's just false, you guys. Like there's no end date. We're doing this for like a healthy lifestyle, and a lifestyle is something that lasts forever. So for me, it's really important that I learn how to incorporate my favorite foods while still having that confidence in my body and feeling good and looking good. But that doesn't require me to like not have wine on the weekends. That doesn't require me to not have pizza on the weekends. At times it requires me to have a piece of pizza. At times it requires me to set boundaries around alcohol. And there was a time where I was like, I'm not happy with my body right now, and I cut alcohol out for 100 days. Cause it just like, I just wasn't happy. And I was like, so if this is what's gonna help me get to a place where I feel happy, then I'll do it. But I also have been on the other end of things where I restricted myself to a point where my body went into starvation mode. I lost my cycle, and I was like, you guys, my body started to shut down. It wasn't healthy at all. Ultimately, I just wanna feel healthy. I wanna feel good going into every single day, and I also wanna be able to enjoy my favorite foods while loving the body that I live in every single day. So I don't even know if I would call this like bad diets to me, or like, have you ever heard of the apple diet, where you just eat 5 apples a day for whatever, just these like ridiculous fucking things. I don't know if I did participate in those. I totally did. But I was more or less like, I would punish myself. So if I had a muffin, then I would starve myself for the rest of the day, because a muffin is not good for me. And so I would punish myself by saying like, we'll start again tomorrow. But then by the time like 10 to 11 p.m. rolled around, I was so fucking hungry. Driving home from my serving job, I would just go get like a massive amount of McDonald's and eat all of it and feel like a ton of shame. So like a lot of these fad diets promote starvation. That sounds savage, but it's like, it's true. They're like, just eat 5 apples a day for 2 weeks. And like, are you gonna lose weight? Fucking probably, because in order to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. If you're eating 5 fucking apples a day, you're for sure gonna be in a calorie deficit, even if all you're doing is walking from your couch to the fridge to get the apples. Is that sustainable? Absolutely not. Is your body gonna shut down? Absolutely. Is it gonna cause health problems in the future? Absolutely. Without the proper nutrition, without the proper exercise, like you're just gonna find yourself in the same position. You'll lose weight, you'll gain it. You'll lose weight, you'll gain it. And like I have lived in that cycle. I know people that I live in that cycle. You see them, they're down 30 pounds from this like Jenny Craig diet and they're tracking all their food. But how cool would it be if you could just find a way, a fucking magical way to eat the foods that you love, exercise regularly, not have to go on any of these crazy fad diets and actually be able to maintain the weight that you lost. And like, that's the fucking goal. You don't want to lose weight, put it back on, lose weight and put it back on. And that's what those fad diets promote. Now, again, you guys, if you are not aware of portion sizes, I would highly recommend making sure that you do get tablespoons, measure it out and make sure like the difference of like 1 tablespoon of peanut butter and 2, there's a lot of grams of fat in there. And like, again, like fat is not bad. We need fat in certain like portion sizes per meal in order for our body to like function. But you also want to make sure that you are moderating that. So I think getting familiar with portion size is super important. I always tend to go for like the lower calorie option because then I get more bang for my buck. I can add more to it. And honestly, the taste is, in my opinion, just as delicious. So that will be about 1 tablespoon per side. You can also add salt and pepper to taste to the salmon. This is actually, this meal is fucking good. Another really good option, you guys, because with every meal you want to try and incorporate either a serving of vegetables, green veggies, or fruit. And so what I usually do with this is I cut up a bunch of cucumbers and then I put cucumbers in the bagel and it's fucking delicious. So there you go. There's a bunch of leftover salmon here, so what I would do is just add some salt and pepper and I would just eat that up because you don't want it too overflowing. Look at how delicious that looks. One of my clients lost 100 fucking pounds in the Big Booty Boss Academy. A lot of girls are actually focusing on body recomp, so a lot less to do with weight loss and more to do with just tightening, toning. But you guys, we've had so much success stories, and the best thing about this group of women is that everybody in that group is there to support you. The support I see from women, I think, is 1, it's fucking incredible, and 2, I think it's a key component to what a lot of ladies are missing. They start something, the only person they're doing it for and with is themselves, which is great. You should only be doing something for yourself. You're the most important person in life to please. But they go on this journey, they don't have anyone saying like, you got this, like good work, keep going. And so they end up just throwing in the towel. But when you're inside this community, everybody's there to support you. Oh, you feel like giving up? We're not gonna let you. I wanna make the world like a healthier place. And I also wanna teach people that you don't have to get rid of wine. You don't have to get rid of pizza. You don't have to get rid of all these things and live this fucking boring ass life of chicken, rice, and broccoli for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're able to incorporate things and create a lifestyle that's like fun while you feel like a badass bitch as well. If you are a female, sorry bros, I don't actually accept male clients now and I probably never will.
I wrote you every day for a year.
No offense at all, but I love working with females. That's what I excel at. So if you're a female and you're looking to get in the best shape of your life, not just your body, but your mind as well, I would love to invite you guys to join the Big Booty Boss Academy for 30% off. Use the code BBBA30. So much included with the membership, you guys, from live trainings to access to my personal training app. I could go on forever. Next week, 9 a.m., if you want to chat live with me on the premiere, I'm at every single premiere. So guys, 9 a.m. PST every Friday, I show up, me and a bunch of ladies, we just like chit chat, laugh, and watch the episode, and I would love to see you there. Peace, love, and protein, and have the best day of your entire existence. Look at these shorts, look at this. Look at these shorts. What the fuck is that?